go. Big Fraser River sturgeon of at least 150. There we are, we know it's over 100.
Yep.
Somewhere over 100. It's how long? 5 feet?
5'7".
5 feet 7 long.
Hello and welcome to the video, and welcome to British Columbia in Canada. In this video you will see two English anglers travel 6,000 miles across the Atlantic and North American continent. Our final destination is Chilliwack on the banks of the fabulous Fraser River within the scenic splendour of British Columbia. My name is Andrew Hosegood and I am one of those anglers. And in September 2002 I teamed up with fellow fishing companion Dave McIntyre to embark on a fabulous fishing adventure on the world's most prolific sturgeon venue, the mighty Fraser River. The sturgeon is potentially the largest growing freshwater fish in the world, and the white sturgeon has been recorded to over 20 feet in length and over 1,000 pounds in weight. The white sturgeon's distribution is limited to the Pacific side of North America, from Mexico in the south to Alaska in the north. But it is most commonly found in the Columbia River in the Oregon, USA, and the Fraser River in British Columbia in Canada. You join us here on Monday the 9th of September, where our local fishing guide called Danny took us down to the stretch of the Fraser River near Chilliwack for our first day's fishing. And within a few minutes we had our first view of the venue, a magnificent glacial-fed river in all its glory. After launching the boat, we were soon on our way downstream to find some feeding fish and hopefully catch some big white sturgeon.
We just started our session now, and it looks like we're pinning a lamprey on the hook. There's Mr. McIntyre.
Filling his mouth as usual.
And out the boat goes.
It sits right on the bottom. A lot of fishing is so similar, isn't it? No matter what you're fishing for. Now these are a little different than lots, because what happens is they'll suck it in, spit it out, suck it in, spit it out. So you need to wait until that rod's actually going down before you set the hook. Mm-hmm. Now what I do is, a lot of times you want to grab it just above here, take it out real nice and gentle, and just hold it there. Thumb on the line, and then when that rod's pulling down, now I don't mean just tapping. Yeah, you don't set the hook if it's just tapping. You wait until it's going, and then you just give it all you got. Try and rip the lips off.
Engage it in the clutch first?
It's already engaged, it's all ready to go. All you got to do is just for the hook set, put your thumb on it. Once you set the hook, take your thumb off the line and the drag will be set. Yeah, that's tight. That's what we want. Okay, so now that's the first way to do it. If they get finicky and they're biting, and as soon as you touch the rod they go away, no, what we'll do is we'll leave them in the rod holder and let the rod holder take it. And then when that rod's going like this, Then what you do is you grab it above the rod holder, put your thumb on it, and set that hook right out as well.
I would say
I'll use your thumb on that.
that's our first fish, and look at that go! Wow! Wow! Amazing. How done, matey?
When he's running like that, just put both hands up. Yeah, now you can lift up on him.
Mr. Hosegood is into his first white sturgeon.
Good fish.
Looks like a good one. Certainly streamed off some line there.
I think it's fair to say a double figure fish.
Can't tell yet, but it looks pretty good.
Bigger than double. He's not doing anything with it at the moment. I'll just take my time, yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
I can't do anything with it, so.
No rush.
That's just fantastic.
I'll leave this here for a minute. I'll give you a little more there.
Okay.
He's taking so much line, does it feel like it's grating on something?
It does a little bit, yeah.
It's coming, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely coming, isn't it?
Some, yeah.
We're gaining.
That looks a little better.
Yeah.
It's coming in, yeah.
Good. I thought when I went up above here with the boat, I had better.
Snacks down here?
Well, there's a few, but
Yeah.
like I say, when I come up here with the boat, I was looking, and I didn't see it.
Yep. It's coming in now. It's got to be a good fish, this.
Oh yeah,
Gotta be.
he can take line off.
60, 70 pound, I think. Depends what you call a good fish, I suppose.
That's your first one, so it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's the most important one, isn't it? You can only catch your first one once. Well, the fish has been on for about 10 minutes now, and we just kind of snagged round summit, but it was seems to be free now. We were anxious moments earlier. We haven't seen it yet, but it's obviously a good fish.
Now it looks a little better.
Yeah, I think it's off the snag now, so all going well. We should see a white sturgeon momentarily.
And now it's moving, that's a good sign. Now the line's moving out to the side and stuff.
Andy's had the fish on for 15 minutes now, and unfortunately, at the minute, it's fish is well snagged.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a circle around him. Just going to hit this rope. We'll just give it a little different angle here and see if it comes off.
Anxious moments, some excellent boatmanship. We've managed to pull from a few different
Seems too big
angles,
to pull in the boat anyway so far.
and the fish is free.
Now that you got him up there, we'll take him over there some more.
I think Andy's into a very big fish here, so we're going to.
Excellent, I'll take him over. Well, we got to watch that rope.
The fish is quite close to the boat now. We've just seen the lead, but we still haven't seen the fish. And we've had the fish up now for about 20 minutes.
Oh yes, look at that.
How big would you say, Mr. Skipper?
I'd say he's 5 feet, just under 100, I think.
Yeah, under 100 maybe. Good enough.
Just about had it. Watch your leg there for a second.
Now we had some real anxious moments earlier, didn't we, Andy?
Yeah.
Thought
I
You
lost
got
it,
lucky.
yeah.
Okay, Andy, what I'll get you to do is when you can reel him up a little closer.
You want to get hold of the line.
Well, yeah, but I'll let you bring in a little more, and I will keep you over there. Perfect. He still might take off. Oh, he's pretty fat fish, this guy.
I think he's got to be well over 100, doesn't he?
I think he is about 100. I pull it up here, we'll bust that rod and I should swing it to the side. So don't do that yet because he can still take off. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can lift him in here. I think I can. Are you ready?
Ready as we'll ever be. Well done, matey.
Just watch that tail. Yeah, these guys are pretty powerful. You got them.
Thanks, mate. Well done, Andy. Here we go.
There we are. We know it's over 100.
Yep.
Somewhere over 100. It's how long? 5 feet?
5'7".
5 feet 7 long.
And I can only just get him in. I've got to get right to the end of the boat.
Unfortunately, that was the only action we experienced throughout the first day, and at 4 PM, after an 8-hour session, we made our way back to dry land and back to our hotel in Chilliwack town centre. Day 2 soon arrived, and on this occasion we were fishing with another guide named Chad McCady, who was waiting for us in the hotel car park in Chilliwack at 7:30 AM in the morning. Dave and myself were soon making our way back to the Fraser River to launch the boat and have another go at catching a magnificent Fraser River sturgeon.
Second day, Tuesday, the 10th of September. We've been fishing for about probably 25 minutes, half an hour. About a couple of takes, and Andy's into the first fish of the day. I think it's a huge fish, but nevertheless a sturgeon. That's what we come for. He's giving a bit of a show for himself now. He's already come to the surface straight away. So, oh, and by the way, this is our new guide. This is
Chad.
Chad the man. Nice one, Chad. Nice start.
There you go.
Andy with a Fraser River 20-pound sturgeon.
The day had just begun, and we were soon hooking into lots of small sturgeon of all shapes and sizes, up to about 50 pounds in weight. Although these were by no means big fish, they fought incredibly hard in a strong Fraser River current, and they really were good fun to catch. Early in the afternoon, Dave McIntyre hooked into the first big fish of the day, which powered off torpedo fashion into the cool depths of the Fraser River. We join the action here at the beginning of the fight as Dave begins to play out a big, powerful fish.
It's coming in fairly easily. Yeah.
Are the rods long enough to go around the bucket?
Today we've mainly been catching these small ones, and
we want to get something a bit better. This is a better fish, this, I think. We haven't seen the fish yet, but it's almost certainly not a small one.
Definitely over 10 pounds.
Yes, definitely over 10 pounds. This is good. There's our bait ball.
If you rest your forearm against the side of the reel, like put your forearm on the side, yeah, like that.
Okay, the fish is coming fairly close in now, and I'm still not quite sure how big it is. Well, I think it's 50 plus. It's fighting well. Oh, there's the fish. It's not going to be far short of 100, that. It's about 80, I think, yeah. The guide's going to pull the fish into the boat now. It's fairly heavy fish, so it's not easy.
Yeah, but still.
Hey, we got one. Ooh, about 90 in it.
Good job, yeah. He's a little. See how flat he is in the stomach?
Yeah. How are you doing, me boy?
There you go.
My first decent white.
Can we have an estimate of the size?
He's not far for 100, is he?
No, he's not far from 100.
Excellent. Well done, sir.
What we'll do with these?
Okay, the guide is just measuring the fish.
60.
We reckon it's about 80-90 pound.
5 inches round.
Nice fish.
Big 90, 100. That's about that sort of size, isn't it? Like I said, I don't know.
We're gonna see if he has a computer chip already in him. Basically, they've been tagging them, and I tag all fish over 150 centimeters. So this thing here, basically, I can scan them just like you're at the grocery store, and it tells you if he's tagged or not. There's only last time they did it, there was 4.9% of them were tagged.
Okay, the guide's just going to tag the fish.
She's not tagged. She will be. Fantastic.
I don't like it. It kind of, I don't know, it almost kind of ruins it when they're tagged. But
Yeah,
it
I know.
doesn't.
It
You
takes
know
the
what I
mystery
mean?
out of it.
Yeah.
It takes the mystique out. But it's an important thing to do.
Yeah, it is a very important thing to do.
Do you want to show the tag to the camera?
Yeah.
Really, really small. You see it next to my fingernail. And that we should be able to identify
So that's
this
like a
fish.
microchip, is it, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll be able to identify this fish in the future.
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you very much, Mr. Fish. They hold the water well, these as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're great, these things. So there's a soft spot right behind her head here.
So you're like injecting it into the fish, is that
Oh
right?
yeah. There's it's a hard plate right here.
Yeah.
And it goes soft in there. Just stick it in there. Plunk.
Sorted.
Obviously you have to get some sort of license for that, yeah?
That's it, picked it up on the scanner.
Yeah.
And how
It's amazing. Okay, there's the fish.
That's a good night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good 90 pounder that. I've just got it in.
this way, I'll let you hang on to her until she decides she wants to go hang on to the platform.
See that, Andy?
Yeah. And away she goes.
Are you doing any good?
We're watching a lot of big fish jumping here.
There's none jumping here.
Got Chad here, our guide. He's preparing the bait, and basically it's salmon roe
Yeah.
placed in a like a stocking.
These are chum single eggs.
Yeah.
And a
It's
lady's
quite an
nut.
unusual way to present a bait. It's a very good technique for catching sturgeon. Basically he's placed it in this stocking, ties a little knot on it.
Just a little smaller than a golf ball. Is the
Yeah. That's it.
pretty
It's
simple.
mainly the flavour, I would say, that attracts the fish, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, of course, the other bait we've been using is lamprey, which also works very well. Would you say there's much difference between those two at the moment?
Well,
Which is the best, would you say?
we've caught more fish on the lamprey, but I'm surprised by that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is usually the best way, yeah?
This is the best bait this
Yeah.
time of year.
Yeah. Okay, Dave McIntyre's finally into a fish.
What? Oh no, I'm doing
It's been about
big fish, I don't think.
2.5 hours actually.
Definitely better with the old wrist on here, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's been about 2.5 hours. Wait, but he's finally hooked one.
I don't think it is a little one now, it's woken up.
It's a good fish, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We think it's a good fish.
It's amazing how you think they're small sometimes and it's turned into a big one, don't they?
Chad's around all the other rods in, makes life a little bit easier.
I think it's a big one, but it's worth catching.
I love how you say that.
English terminology. Huh? Shall I write a book about it?
They always do that, they fight close to the boat like that.
They love close to the boat. It's
Yeah.
kind of a fun game when they do this around the boat.
Believe me, even the smaller ones, a 4-foot fish of maybe 50 pounds can do that to you like what it's doing now. They can fight very hard.
Sometimes they just go woof. Those drags are pretty tight.
Okay, we still don't know how big this fish is.
I think it's about 4 foot, Andy.
We think about 4 foot.
Yeah, maybe 50, 60 pounds. Here he comes.
Oh, that's a good fish. That's another 80, 90, I think. We're just pulling the fish on to the boat,
Okay, remember how we did it yesterday?
into this
A
sling.
little bit of drag.
Not quite 100. It's a nice fish though.
No, he's not as big as yesterday. But he's close. Nice.
It's looks longer, isn't it? It's nicer. Are you there?
Nearly. That's it. Nice one. Yeah, nice fish.
Andy's into his first big fish of the day.
Please, yeah.
Here it comes. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we got that.
This is a good scrap. This is a good scrap for a fish. It's only £50. It's a good scrap.
See the way he's saying only £50 now. Most English guys haven't caught £50 fish, and this one's only 50.
I don't care whichever side he wants to come up
Sure,
on.
yeah. Oh, I think it's bigger than 50.
Yeah.
He's a 60, 70, I think.
Yeah. Nice fish.
Look at that. That's incredible.
He's bigger than I thought he was.
Got him on there, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Look at that mouth. That's fantastic. I'll give him about 70 of that fish. What do you think?
I can't. It's very difficult to tell when you're looking through the viewfinder. He's worth a photograph, I think it's fair to say.
Up he comes again.
Looks like you've got him, Andy.
I'm on the right side here, yeah? It's okay, is it?
Yeah, I might need a teeny bit more slack. I'd hang on to that rod still though.
Yeah, sure. Hey, nice one. Yeah, it's not as big as yours, is it, though?
Nobody's a nice fish.
60, 70. How long was yours, Dave?
162. That's in centimeters, so 64 inches, I think.
How are we getting on then, Chad?
151.
What girth have we got then, Chad?
23 inches.
23 inches.
Just under.
And we're estimating this fish at what weight?
Probably close to 70.
70
70,
pounds.
72. By the measurements, anyway.
Uh-huh.
70-pound white sturgeon. It fought like crazy, still fighting now. That was a fantastic fight.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Well, one of hundreds of seals we've seen. One animal we weren't really expecting to see on the Fraser River. No shortage of them.
The fishing action continued throughout the day, and we shared a catch totaling 15 sturgeon between the two of us, and the Fraser River was certainly living up to its reputation as the world's most prolific sturgeon venue. The fishing action was nothing short of spectacular, and was only matched by the magnificence of the stunning Canadian scenery surrounding us. Later in the afternoon, Dave McIntyre had caught a brace of 50-pound sturgeon to show off in front of the camera, which ended a good day's fishing, where we had both caught sturgeon up to 70 pounds in weight. At 4 p.m. we made our way back upstream and back to dry land, and a magnificent day's sturgeon fishing had come to an end. Early the following morning, we were back on the river at 9 a.m, and Dave was soon striking into his first fish of the day, which unfortunately he lost shortly after hooking it. But he made no mistake with the second bite and hooked into a real big fish, which spectacularly leaped out of the water, and we both knew he was into his first 100-pound plus sturgeon.
Dave's got his 100-pounder at last. Don't lose this one, Dave. way of saying that. That's the way to strike it though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is our 4th day, and Dave's finally hooked one up. That's pulling well, isn't it? I think we're about 5 minutes into the fight now.
Didn't you say, Andy, that he was going to get his 120? The next fish?
I did say that, yeah. I did say he might get 120, yeah.
This is about to cast out, man.
I know. That little piece of lamprey. Like 1.5 inch long piece of lamprey.
That's beautiful. Absolutely perfection.
This has got to be a good fish, this. Bigger than the one I had. Bigger than 115.
Yeah, I think so. It looked bigger.
I think he was the one we saw down there. You never know, do you? You never.
Yeah, we saw
I'm happy to catch a sister.
we saw a big fish on the echo sounder as we drifted over this area. So maybe this is the fish that we've hooked.
Maybe. You never know.
This fish is getting
Slinger now.
closer to the boat now. It's starting to get tired. I'm just, there's the fish now.
He's a big fish.
Yeah, that's a fat fish.
Yeah.
It's well over 100, this fish.
Nice and wide in his bite back in there.
First of all, we were saying it's probably 120, but
Yeah, I'd say 140 maybe.
yeah, 140 now, so it's going up. I'll pan back down to Dave.
Hi folks.
Now there's the fish is coming up. Oh, and that is 150.
Yeah, 150 maybe? 100.
Nice fish.
Yeah, I would say that's about 150, that fish. I'll try and zoom in on him. So, Dave's big sturgeon was finally beaten, and we could all see that this really was an impressive looking fish. Our guide Chad slowly towed the big fish into shallow water, where we could all measure and photograph the sturgeon for the record. So we're measuring the fish now.
Is that good?
Yeah. Which is 76 inches.
76 inches long.
6'4".
6'4".
But that's a fat 6'4" fish.
After measurements were made, Dave's fish was estimated at about 160 pounds, and at last Dave had caught his first 100 pound plus white sturgeon. There we go. Big Fraser River sturgeon of at least 150, maybe 150, 160 pound. Yeah, caught on a tiny piece of lamprey. You'd never believe you catch a fish like that on such a small bait. I don't know if you could hear that, but I gather Dave's quite pleased with this fish. And back she goes. So, Dave's big sturgeon was released back into the cool depths of the Fraser River to fight another day. And 30 minutes later, I hooked into another beast of a fish, and after setting the hook, it swam off downstream at a rate of knots, stripping yards of line from my multiplier reel in the process.
It's coming up in the water. Very big fish here. We're not actually filming the whole fight for anybody who's watching this, because it just go on for ages and ages, but basically he's had this fish on for about 10 minutes now. It's given it a real good show for itself. And we're using relatively small hooks now. You've got to be careful. And it's a braid, so there's no give in the line, so it's down to the angler really.
Where's that angler? Come on, grab that anchor.
Yeah, let him turn to the other side, and you can dip under and go down. You gotta move this side. Not your friend.
Not yet. It's not ready yet.
Oh no. I've had him around the boat sometimes for like 15-20 minutes playing games. Over there, all over the place.
You've got some real hairy moments now. Andy's got a real big fish on, and it's gone around the anchor.
Say again?
Gone around the anchor
I'm
rope.
going to pull on the anchor rope, but once that line comes up, I'm going to go underneath the anchor. I'm going to cut the anchor rope.
Chad's going to cut the anchor rope.
Yeah.
So we're going to lose an anchor for this fish because we think it's a real big one.
Nice and high. Okay, put the rod nice and high and up and over the boat.
Right over, yeah?
Like if I was you, I'd walk along the side gunnel there and come up the front of the boat here.
Yeah, you can see it's gone over the top, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just over the
That's
top.
okay, mate. You're alright. I think you're going to be alright with this
Up
one.
over the top and swing it right around to the front of the boat.
Yep. Oops.
Oh, I see the lid.
Yeah, go that way, take her that way.
Oh, great. We're through. That's some real hairy moments then. That's our first glimpse of her. And what a beast.
Just over 100 anyway.
That's a beast.
Very top heavy fish, eh?
Yeah, very much so.
That mouth there.
Yeah, it's like a big shark, isn't it?
So, I had caught my second 100-pound plus sturgeon of the trip, and at 130 pounds it was another impressive looking fish. After the photographs were taken, the sturgeon was admired and carefully returned back into the Fraser River to fight another day, and the release of that fish ended another fantastic day's fishing on the wonderful Fraser River in British Columbia. The following morning we ventured much further downstream to a stretch of the river at a small industrialised town called Mission. It soon became obvious that this was not the most picturesque part of the Fraser River, and the constant noise of machinery in the background was always very prominent. but the fishing action proved to be even more spectacular and productive than the other areas we had fished further upstream. Shortly after we arrived, we anchored up a few hundred yards above the bridge, where we soon got in amongst the action as fish after fish of all shapes and sizes were hooked and landed. Dave McIntyre was the first of the two of us to hook into a big fish on the mission stretch, and we join the action here as Dave bends into a big, hard-fighting white sturgeon.
Mr. McIntyre's in again. It's quite a good fish, this. I don't think it's 100, but it's 70, 80, 90 sort of pound range.
So it's about 90.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about 90 pound.
I like 90s. He's going around.
Watch that anchor rope, yeah. I think this fish wants to go to the back of the boat. It keeps trying to get over there, and we are using quite strong gear. But if they want to go, sometimes you have to let them go. Yeah, this fish is starting to get tired now. It's definitely quite a good fish. Chad's getting everything ready for when it's tired. It'll come belly up, and we'll put it in there.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the fish is well over 100. I've not seen it yet, so it's quite a good fish.
That's why it's falling so hard. It's right near the surface here.
Oh, it's coming up now. Yeah, I can see it. It's a good fish. Just saw its head. That's well over 100, that is.
Sharp. Get up.
There's the fish. It's definitely over 100. I can't really see how big it is yet, but it's a nice one.
See what I mean by the great whites now, can't you? They look like a great white.
She's coming on board. I better get out of the way.
That is a big, big fish.
Whoa. Right, we've got a fish here of about 180. It's a cracking fish.
Compared to yesterday's fish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. There's another one.
He's going off. Are you doing any good?
We're watching a lot of big fish jumping here.
There's none jumping here, but our rods are bending pretty good.
It's just chaos here at the moment. Andy's just hooked into a fish. Said it might be a small one, and what it was swimming towards us, line went slack, and it leaped out of the water, and we think it might be another 100-pounder, but it's just an awesome fishing here. Complete change of location. And basically there's a tournament on where we've been fishing the last few days, and there's probably a dozen or more boats, extra boats on the water.
All my boats
and we came down to Mitcham, which is probably 30 kilometres from Chilliwack, where we're based. We're not videoing the whole fight, so but each fight's probably 20-25 minutes for the bigger ones, possibly even up to half an hour. There's a big one.
Get that on the camera. He's not far short of 100.
Well, here's Andy's fish. Been on for probably 10-15 minutes.
Nice fishing, mate.
Freshwater great white.
got some drag for me?
Yeah, who's on you? There you go.
It's a big fish.
It is a big fish. There we have, over there, 2 bald eagles. Apparently they're quite common here in the winter. They moved south from Alaska and up that way they come down here to get the milder weather, I assume.
Saturday and Sunday were the last 2 days of our sturgeon fishing trip in Canada, and Dave and myself were both determined to make the most of our remaining time on the Fraser River. And the fishing action proved to be excellent down on the mission stretch, where we both continued to catch fish up to about 100 pounds plus in weight. But during the last few hours of the last day, our fishing adventure ended in truly dramatic fashion. After I successfully landed a sturgeon of about 90 pounds, Dave hooked into a really big fish which proved to be far and away the biggest sturgeon of our trip.
And Dave's into another good fish here. How big do you think?
The same sort of size as that.
Yeah. And there's my fish still in the sling. That's a good fish.
You get jump.
Yeah, well, it's our last day now. We're literally going to be packing up in about an hour. I've had a fish of just under 100. Dave's hooked a fish, and we think it's gone around the anchor, unfortunately. Okay, Dave's fish is off the anchor now, and can now resume the fight with this fish of unknown size. And if we pan round, my fish is in the sling there. It's perfectly alright, there's plenty of water in there for it. Pan back again.
Tow it.
And there's Dave fighting his fish.
Oh!
Here's this fish.
That is a beast.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's over 100, this fish.
That's over 50.
Yep.
Now you gotta work him to the back of the boat somehow.
Alright, this fish is about 150, and we're going to now try and tow it to the shore. And we're going to do a brace shot of both these fish. Dave's making his way back round to the front of the boat now. It's a good fish, it's over 100.
Oh yeah.
He's made his way round to the front of the boat now. My fish is still in the sling there, and we're going to now attempt to tow this fish over to the shore.
Where are the anchors up? We can just sit.
Okay, we've got some anxious moments here. Oh yeah, that's a good fish.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to try and tow this fish to the other side of the river now. The hook hold isn't too brilliant. It's a good fish, it's 150, 140, 150. And we're going
This could be 200.
to take both these fish over to the shore.
You keep them just like that.
And do a nice brace shot of both these fish. And get it on the
Bigger than
camera.
anything I've caught before.
So there's the fish. Dave reckons it's about 200. It is a big fish. We'll soon find out when we get it over to the bank. I think it's behaving itself quite well. The fish now. 6 foot 6.5. He's saying it's close to 200. It is a big fish. Okay, we're just about to start filming now, and this big fish is just about to be released. It's the biggest fish of the holiday. It's a 200 pounder, no doubt about it, and it's a remarkable way to end the holiday. 2 big fish on consecutive casts.
So, the last day's fishing on the wonderful Fraser River had once again been eventful, and the last few hours had produced a fine brace of fish, including Dave's magnificent 200 pound plus white sturgeon. This was indeed a fitting end to a fantastic and memorable fishing adventure in British Columbia in Canada, and we both vowed to return sometime in the future to the scenic splendour of the fantastic Fraser River to once again sample the superb fishing on offer at this unforgettable big fish destination.